Hey team, welcome back for some more remote Kinstretch with the Fitness Alchemists. Today we're going to be working on a lumbar spine focused class with a little bit of hip spice thrown in, and also working with your breathing again as a tool to help you expand your ranges. You're going to need a bath towel that you can fold up, and mostly we'll be working on the floor today, so if you'd like to have a mat or a little bit of padding, that will be good. We're going to start with some lumbar articulation, so you can lie down on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat. No props needed at this time. And we're going to begin peeling through the spine. So have your feet planted nice and sturdy. Your arms can be long by your sides. You're going to curl your tailbone up off the ground and start to peel one vertebra at a time, such that the hips begin to lift. You feel your legs support you, rolling up until you feel like maybe your lowest rib is still in contact with the mat. And then you're going to roll yourself back down, one vertebra at a time, peeling yourself back down. And when you get down onto the mat, go ahead and keep rolling such that you feel your tailbone get heavy and a little more arch form in your low back. So you're really exploring that extension extreme as well. Keep going with that, curling, peeling the tailbone up, trying to feel that you're removing one piece of your spine at a time. Feet are heavy, pressing down into the ground. Coming up to about that lowest rib, and then peeling yourself back down, rolling through each articulation of the spine. And then at the bottom, finding a little bit of arch where you make your tailbone heavy into the mat. We're going to dig in on that today. So if that's not totally making sense in this warm-up round, just do your best and we'll clean it up as we get into that part of the class. Allow your breath to flow freely, especially when we're working on spinal segmentation. The breath needs to move. If you find yourself holding your breath, you're going to be inhibiting that spinal motion. Good. Last 10 seconds. Keep exploring. Three, two, one. Bring yourself back down onto the mat from wherever you are. From here, we're going to do some hip cars. We'd like you to go from quadruped. If that's not a groovy base position for you, though, you can choose whatever base position works best for you. We're going to work for time, and we're going to tick-tock back and forth. So for my quadruped folks, I want a nice brace through the midsection, or whatever base position you're in. Make your arms stiff and heavy into the floor. And then pull your right knee in and across to meet your left knee, and then drive it towards your chest as close as you can. From there, start to push out to the side, and then rotate to send the sole of your foot up towards the ceiling, kicking up towards the sky, coming around until you get contact again, knee to knee. From there, pause and rewind. Go back the way you came from. Kicking up, pushing out to the side, coming around the corner, driving and pulling the knee towards the chest only as much as you can without any change in the shape of the spine. Will's doing an amazing job of this, but I just want to call it out for folks at home. You can imagine, keep going, that you've got a glass of water balanced on your low back, filled right to the brim. You don't want to spill it. Focus on your 1 mile per hour pace here. Trying to feel, what can my thigh bone do in my hip socket without tagging in any help or contribution from my spine. Almost there again. Keep grooving. Good. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful, let that go. Give your hands a little shake out if they need it. Will's gonna turn around so you can see the hip movement, but you can stay where you are. We're just gonna switch legs. Set yourself up for success. Big breath in, pack some air down, create a good abdominal brace, strong, stiff arms, pressing the floor away. And then pull your left knee across to meet your right knee. Get a little bit of squeeze there. And then start to drive your knee towards your chest. Push that whole leg out to the side. Rotate, sending the sole of the foot towards the ceiling. Coming around until once again you get contact between the knees, and then rewind. Go right back the way you came from. Driving up, pushing out to the side, coming around the corner, pulling that knee towards your chest until the knees come back together. Good. Keep tick-tocking back and forth. You're working for time here. Clock is running. Check in with your midsection tension. Are you still braced through your belly? Are you still actively pushing the floor away? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, rest. Nice. Next up, we're going to sample our maximum expansive breathing. And if the position is accessible for you, I'd love for you to come into a version of a child's pose. Mostly our goal here is to get some passive or relaxed rounding in the back and the spine. So play around. If it feels better to separate your knees a little bit, that's great. If it doesn't feel good to sit back towards your heels too far, you don't need to. But find a position, maybe even laying on your belly, draped over a pillow, where your spine is round and relaxed, and where you feel like you can let your body relax. From here, the breath pattern that you're going to work with is a big and full breath in, really intentionally filling yourself with as much air as you can, and then a relaxed exhale where you just allow all that air that you took in to fall out of you. Go for it. Big breath in, expanding, relaxed exhale. Big breath in. Feel your belly expand, your ribs expand, your chest fill with air, and then just let it go. Your exhale might feel like a sigh of relief. Nothing to do on the exhale. On the inhale, search for spaces in your trunk to fill. Are you filling your pelvis, that area down below the belt buckle, your belly, your waist, your ribs, your chest, and then letting it go. Each breath in, try to make it the biggest, fullest breath you've taken yet today. Explore those expansion possibilities with your breath. And each exhale, just giving in a little more relaxation. Good, last 10 seconds, take one more. And then let that go. Beautiful. Okay, now you'll need your towel. We're going to get a little deeper into isolating our lumbar spine movement. So you're going to come back to the position where you're lying on the ground. If you want to just watch the setup here and then I'll get yourself set up, you can. The towel is going to go right underneath your tailbone, so that it's already helping to tip your low back into a curved down towards the floor shape. Your knees are bent, your feet are flat. So again, this should feel like it helps you to feel like you're in that slightly rounded position through your spine. So go ahead and go there now, and then we'll all start together. Once you're in this position, the first thing we're going to do is aim the tailbone down into the towel, like you're trying to squish or compress that towel. And then go the opposite direction. Curl your tailbone up off the towel without lifting your hips off the ground, and send the very lowest part of your back, the part that's just above the towel, down towards the floor. Maybe you make contact with the floor, maybe you don't, but you're searching for getting that part of your spine closer. This is the part of your spine that's just above your waistband. We're gonna go back and forth like that. Aiming the tailbone down into the towel to squish and flatten the towel. And then pulling those lowest segments of your spine, just above the waistband, down towards the floor. Good. Keep alternating here, tailbone down into the towel. And this time, hold that position. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, search for more. Can you make your tailbone heavier into the towel? Good. And then start to reverse, curling your tailbone light off the towel, making your low back segments heavy to the mat. When you feel like you've gotten your maximum, stay there. Take a breath. On your exhale, see if you can get more. Can you sink your lowest low back closer to the mat? If it's touching the mat, can you get heavier into the mat or the floor? Again, send that tailbone heavy into the mat. Towel. And then hold for a breath. Make the tailbone heavier on your exhale. And then low back, heavy into the floor. Tailbone light on the towel. Hold. Take a breath. Exhale. Try to get a little bit more. Nicely. And let that go. Good. We'll come back to that. But now we're going to bring you into your side frame 90-90 position. So the legs are going to be like a 90-90. And then you've got yourself propped up on your elbow. And if you'd like to watch one of these before you get into the setup, we can do that, and then we'll go all together. So what we're going to be doing here is trying to get this trailing leg behind us as much as we can without the belt buckle rocking back. So to help that out, you're going to pull your foot of your front leg in close, so you get a little bit of target of where your knee is starting from. You're going to rock your belt buckle forward towards your front knee, and then your top hand is going to become part of your tension strategy. So you can either pull up on that front knee or press down on it. See what helps you feel the most solid to ensure that nothing is going to move except for the trailing leg in the hip socket. So we're going to set ourselves up here with one leg slide. Brace your midsection, brace upper body. Rotate your trailing leg such that your ankle comes off the floor. Try to slide your bottom knee away from that front foot any amount. Hold right there. And then we're going to rotate the ankle back down to the floor and right back up. You're on the clock for this one. Rotating the ankle down and rotating back up. We want to feel that what's moving here is the thigh bone twisting in the hip socket, targeting all of this tissue on the back side of the hip, glute stuff, hamstring stuff. You're almost there. Finding your own pace, lifting off, rotating back down, lifting off. 3, 2, 1. Good. Relax. Nice. Switch sides. And Will, let's actually have you face your trailing leg. Do you have room to face your, trailing leg towards the camera? Great. So don't worry, we're going to get another set of these. But here you can see a little bit more of the motion that we're talking about. So that front foot pinches in, belt buckle faces forward. Try to slide the trailing leg as far back as you can. Hold that position, that space between you and your foot. If you can pinch your foot in a little closer, do so. Brace yourself, and then rotate that trailing leg such that the ankle comes up and smoothly rotates back down. You're on the clock, rotating and returning. Good. Keeping your body on tension. Trying to come to a complete stop with that rotation. Slowly returning back to the ground. Controlling that descent. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly relax. Nice. We're going to repeat both of those exercises. So you're going to grab your towel once again, coming back to that position where you're laying on your back. Towel propping up just the very tip of your tailbone so that you feel yourself gently hammocked into a little bit of a rounded lumbar position. Good. From here, you can place your hands wherever it feels comfortable to have them, feet flat on the floor. You're going to start by pressing your tailbone down into the towel. You pressure the tailbone down into the towel, hold there, take a breath. On your exhale, see if you can get a little bit more. And then go the other way. Make your tailbone light. Feel your low back get heavy into the floor. Feel some contraction in the front of your body, maybe lowest ab stuff. Hold what feels like the end range for you there. Take a breath. On your exhale, see if you can get more. Good. Back and forth between those two options. Pressing tailbone into the towel. Holding for a breath in, exhaling to make it a little bit heavier, and then tailbone light off the towel, lowest segments of the lumbar vertebra heavy towards the floor. Hold what feels like your end range. Stay for an inhale, exhale, try to get more. Good. Tailbone heavy into the towel. Stay. Breathe in, exhale. Try to get a little more pressure of your tailbone to squish that towel flat. And then opposite, tailbone light. Lowest parts of your back searching for the floor, searching for the mat. Hold there, take a breath. Exhale, get a little bit more. Beautiful. Let that go. Nice, team. You can slide that towel out of the way. Come back into your side frame position. Getting ready for our rotational liftoffs of the trailing leg. Good. So set yourself up for success, facing your belt buckle forward, pulling that lead leg foot in to give you a target of where your thigh should be, sliding your leg back as much as you can, keeping the belt buckle forward, and then inching the foot as close as you can so you have a nice target of where you want to go. This leg will try to sneak forward. We don't want to let it. Brace your midsection. Get that top arm involved in some way, pulling or pushing on the front leg. And then when you've got a good brace, start to rotate that back ankle off the floor, coming to a complete stop, and then control yourself back down to just lightly touch and rotate right back up. Beautiful. You're on the clock. Find your own pace here. Range is going to be different in terms of how much the ankle lifts for everyone. We want to make sure you're lifting to your maximum, your dead stop, and that you're spending a little time at the top there, having a little fight for more moment. Yes, so good. Could you amp up your brace any more for this last 10 seconds to send that hip a little bit more strength? 3, 2, 1. Slowly relax. Nice job. Switch sides. Good. Pinch the front foot in, slide, rotate the belt buckle towards the front knee, slide the trailing leg back any amount, and then see if you can't scooch that foot a little closer to give yourself a nice target of where to stay. Brace yourself, top hand pulling or pushing on the front knee, and then rotate that back thigh bone in the socket such that the ankle lifts, control the return, and right back up. You got it, team. Pushing the floor away with that bottom arm, bracing your belly, wringing out as much rotation as you can get from that thigh bone in the hip socket. The ankle might try to steal the show. We want to think that the only reason the ankle is lifting is that you are twisting your thigh bone in your hip socket. As a result, that ankle comes off the ground. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly relax. Excellent. Okay, so then you're going to switch sides for your side frame, and I'll have Will face the camera for this one. Now the knees can both be bent and stack right on top of each other. And we're going to work with a little lateral flexion of the spine, starting to get some opening, stretching sensations through those top ribs, and using that maximal expansive breathing to facilitate that. So bottom arm is strong. Go ahead and take your top hand like Will has it now and place it under your bottom waist. Try to scoop yourself up off of that hand so that you're getting a good contraction in your bottom side and feeling an opening in your top side. Now you can take that top hand and place it onto your ribs. As you breathe in, you want to feel expansion, movement, stretching happening under that hand. And as you breathe out, again, just a relaxed exhale. Here we go. Big breath in, relaxed exhale. As you breathe in, imagine you could put a little bit more space in between each of your ribs. Feel a little bit more stretch through that top tissue. Beautiful. Is your bottom waist still contracting? Could it contract more to help you find a better stretch on the top side? Last 10 seconds here. Three, 2, 1, and relax. Good. Switching sides. Okay, so again, scoop under that bottom waist. Try to lift yourself right up out of your hand. You can also press down with this bottom arm, creating more space, more curve on the top side. Place that hand there to bring your awareness to those ribs and begin your breathing. Biggest breath in you can take. Relaxed exhale. Can you feel the ribs under your hand rise towards the ceiling? That's one direction. Can you feel them expanding front to back towards us and away from us? And can you feel the breath reaching further down towards your hips, further up towards your collarbones? So you really have this sense of 360-degree expansion through that top side. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then slowly relax that down. Nice, beautiful. Switch on over to the other side. Good. Okay, so take that bottom hand and scoop it under your bottom waist. As you breathe in, you're going to try to round your top side and get up out of that hand, and then we're going to stay for an extra breath. Deep breath in, get away from your bottom hand. Stay for the exhale and try to get away from your bottom hand more, contracting that bottom side. And then one more breath here, stay, contract away, good. And then allow yourself to relax rounding back towards the floor. Feeling length on the bottom side. Stay here. Breathe into that bottom side. Try to expand. As you exhale, can you contract the top waist? Stay and do that again. Breathe in. Exhale. And then we'll go back the other way. Breath in to round up towards the ceiling. Stay. Contract the bottom side on the exhale. One more like this. Breathe in, get bigger on the top side. Exhale, contract the bottom side. And then allow yourself to drape towards the floor. Good. Breathe in, lengthening the draped side. Breathe out, contracting your top waist. One more time this. Breathe in, exhale, contract. Good. One more each way. Expand up towards the ceiling, contracting that bottom side. Big breath in. Exhale, get smaller on the bottom, bigger on the top. Breath in and exhale. And then drape yourself towards the floor. Big breath in to expand that draped side. Exhale, can you contract your top side? Inhale, expand your bottom waist. Exhale, contract your top waist. And then let that go. Nice, gang. Other side, same story. So for this first bit, go ahead and bring your top hand to the underside of your waist. That will be our shortening side. The top will be our lengthening side. We'll stay for a few breaths. On your breath in, expand your top side. Try to get up out of your hand. Stay for a breath in. Get larger on the top. Exhale, get smaller on the underside. Scrunch it. One more time. Inhale, big on the top. Exhale, scrunch up out of the hand. Beautiful. And then let yourself drape towards the floor. Bring that hand to the top waist. On the inhale, try to drape more length, more space on the bottom side. Exhale, can you scrunch the top side? Again, same. Breathe in to expand the bottom side. Exhale, scrunch that top side. Good. Hand comes down to the bottom waist. Inhale, fill and expand the top side. Exhale, scrunch up out of your hand any more. Do that again. Big breath in to fill the top side. Exhale, scrunch up out of the bottom hand. Good. And then let yourself drape towards the floor. Hand comes onto your top waist. Big breath in to expand your bottom side, drapey side. Exhale, scrunch away from your hand. Again, inhale, more space, more length on the bottom side. Exhale, scrunch on the top side. One more time. Inhale, top side opens. Exhale, get away from that bottom hand. There you go. Inhale, expand the top. Exhale, scrunch away from the bottom hand. And then let yourself drape towards the floor. Top hand comes onto the top waist. Breathe into the bottom side to expand. Exhale, scrunch away from your hand. One more time this. Breathe in. Exhale, scrunch away from that top hand. And let that go. Nice work, gang. Enjoy your breath, your spinal movement, and explorations of how those two can play together to support each other. We'll see you next time.